What's up, guys? Welcome back to RC Tactical. Today I've got something a little bit different. Now this is an FMS Katana, and it's something I wanted to try out, but I haven't got a chance to just yet. So I'm excited to finally open it up and show you guys what it has to offer and my thoughts on it. So without any further ado, let's check it out. Alright guys, look at this. The print on the box is really nice here. Everything seems like it's all put together really well. Nothing's bouncing around if you shake it. It's always a big concern, your model coming in broken, and it really ruins the experience. So I'm glad they did what they did with this. And they had some really cool specs on it as well, which is cool to check out before purchasing. Alright, let's break it open. Let's pull this thing apart and see what we're actually working with here. Instruction manual. You got, it looks like a breakaway type transmitter. You got, looks like a binding plug and a tire iron. And the actual model itself, oh wait, there's something else down here. Oh, a little screwdriver, very nice. Very nice, anything else? Of course there is. There's more stuff down here. See if I can get it out. I'll show you guys what that is later. Alright, let's pull this thing out. Alright. 1/18 scale. Very cool. Very cool. I dug out what the last thing was, and it looks like it's a little battery charger to get you started. Now, I don't recommend these. If you have something else you can charge yours on, definitely go ahead and do it that way. But they give you something at least. Alright, now that I got the sticker off the front, there was one right here to hold the hood down. The adhesive was a little ridiculous to get off, but yeah, you'll have that. So, you have the steering servo way up front here. You got some light harnesses. You got the receiver ESC right down there in the middle. And you got your on-off switch right there nicely. So everything's basically contained in the bay, which is really nice. So I guess you don't actually have to take the body off at all, which is a really cool feature. If you look underneath here, actually you don't have much room to take the body off, or there's really not much to be looking at when the body is off of the chassis. You can tell that this is an aluminum frame and it's pretty sturdy. Everything on this truck is really sturdy. The hard body is really nice to have on here. I can't wait to get it out on the trail, but at least I can show you guys a little bit of how it runs once I get this battery in, or get this battery charged rather, and we'll go from there. after running the Katana, I noticed a couple things that I wanted to share with everybody who's looking to buy this kit. The throttle control is something that could definitely be improved with this straight out of the box. Now, I'm not somebody who keeps my truck stock. The Betty, when I took it out of the box, I started throwing parts at it that I already had ordered for it. So this thing, straight out of the box, the ESC, I don't think is there. The motor is a fine motor. I have one in the SCX24, and it gets that thing moving just fine, and that's about as heavy as this is. Now I have weights on the SCX24 to bring it up to this weight, but it seems like the motor really is working hard, and I believe that may be resolved with a better ESC to kind of get it spinning a little quicker. Now I'll keep you guys updated on that, and I'll let you know after I install it. That's due in here pretty soon. As far as the steering servo goes, it's very strong. I haven't had any issues with it binding or stopping. It right there, when you turn, it's all the way over. Obviously it's proportional, but when you turn all the way, it turns it all the way. It's very strong, even on the rocks when you're kind of bound up, when the tires are pushed up against ledges and stuff, that it seems to clear that just fine. It's an awesome trail truck. I'd like to do a couple things to make it a better crawler though. I'm thinking about adjusting the shock perches. The ones where it's at right now, it seems like you have some low clearance. Now I know that you're going to be wanting to keep your center of gravity lower, especially with something with a body this big, but I'd like to see a little bit more flex. So I might, put them at more of a dramatic angle, or try to figure out some way to mount them that's a little different than how it is. And I might even go with something like the Charisma shocks that are longer, so I have a little bit more of a stroke, which would be pretty cool in this circumstance. Now, when you're shopping for electronics for this thing, you're gonna end up being kind of bound to your hood unless you make some actual changes to the body itself, because underneath you don't have much room to mount anything. It's all mounted kind of remotely. It's all in the bay of the truck, which I explained earlier, of course. The features that this truck have, or the potential that this truck has, is really high, and I think that this, with a little bit of work, could be changed into an awesome crawler, and I think you guys could have a lot of fun with it, knowing the community and the customizations that you guys come up with. It's amazing. Even some of the stuff, obviously some of the stuff with the 110 scale, but some of the stuff that really surprises me is the smaller 124 scale stuff. It's right there. You guys amaze me all the time with that kind of stuff, so I'd like to see that applied here. Different bumpers, stuff like that. Now these bumpers are really cool right off the bat. They're nice and strong. They're obviously plastic though, probably to keep down body weight and everything. I understand that. That's not an issue at all, especially with something this small. Now I had plastic on the SCX10 3 whenever I first got it, of course, with the stock kit, and I didn't care for those very much, just because I know how much they're going to get beat up, and I think that the bottom of this is going to get fairly beat up too if you're running over some fairly large obstacles. Now, as far as running this on a course that's made for a 124 scale crawler, it does not seem to excel at that. It seems like it gets high centered way too easy for that type of scale. But I think for something like running it out in nature, and if you had something dedicated for a little bit of a larger type setup, this would do really well at it. I think it would clear some obstacles that my SCX10 couldn't clear, just because of the scale that it is. Other than that, I think it has a lot of potential. Like I said, I think this could be a really fun model, and you guys should consider it. But also keep in mind that you may be doing some upgrades straight off the bat. And as far as parts availability goes, I don't think it's quite there. So you're going to have to come up with a lot of stuff yourself, or source it for something else and adapt it to this kit. But overall, I think it's a great truck, and it's worth a purchase if you have a little bit of extra money to throw at it. It's not like overly expensive like some of the 110 scale crawler kits can be. So it's definitely something to check out, guys. Until next time.